And we're back. Judge reportedly revokes NBA YoungBoy's $540K bond due to past history of probation violations. He will remain in jail until his trial. Personally, that's what's needed. That is what's needed. He's not learning his lesson. Roommates last week, NBA YoungBoy was arrested and indicted on federal weapons charges in Los Angeles with the hope of soon being released. However, that is not going to happen anytime soon, according to recent reports. A judge recently revoked NBA YoungBoy's $540,000 bond and ordered that he remain in jail until his official trial date. Complex reports U.S. District Judge Shelley D. Dick formally ordered that NBA YoungBoy remain detained in jail pending trial. Judge Dick's ruling was reportedly based on YoungBoy's history of probation violation, along with his characteristics. Additionally, the Louisiana State Attorney noted that another reason he should remain in jail is because of his considerable wealth, stating that YoungBoy's ability to quickly post bail and return back to the streets is of great concern. The state attorney also said, despite the recommendation of the United States Probation and Pretrial Services Department, that the defendant presents a risk of danger. The official court documents of the rulings go into elaborate detail regarding why NBA YoungBoy's Born Cottrell Deshaun Golden bond was revoked following his latest arrest. Two factors, Golden's history and characteristics and the nature of the seriousness of the danger posed by Golden's release, are closely related. U.S. Probation and Pretrial Service provided the court with sealed, relevant information germane to Golden's characteristics and history, which reflect a pattern of violent behavior stretching back several years. The court also notes that based on their investigation into Golden's history and background, U.S. Probation and Pretrial Services recommended detention with exhibits offered by the government, and particularly the testimony from Golden's June 2019 state probation revocation proceeding and U.S. Probation and Pretrial Service reports. Convincingly satisfied the court that there is a serious risk of danger to the public if Golden is released. As we previously reported, NBA YoungBoy is currently charged with federal knowing possession of a firearm as a felon and possession of a firearm not registered to him. My thing is just that this was a long time coming. And the sad thing is the black community is going to feel that, NBA YoungBoy is somehow a victim. He's not a victim. He knew his past. He knows about the fact he's not allowed to have firearms. And the fact that, his criminal history has already dug him an even bigger hole with his violent past and behavior. And unfortunately, the black community is still going to side with him, still going to think that he is wrong, that he has been wronged, that he is a victim. In some sick way, he is a victim. And Wendy Williams is right. He is a criminal and he needs to go away. I know that's a coonish thing to say, but it is the truth. He needs to go away. All right? All he's going to do is get in more trouble and have more babies by the time he's 30. I don't know how many babies Future has, but it seems like YoungBoy is breaking his record. All right? And people siding with the mother and saying that, that's wrong to do to the mother. Look what she raised. You raised a violent animal of a human being. And sad to say, the black community has more of a affection, a love affair with criminals within their own communities. And you wonder why the community is never going to get better. Because you keep loving these Pookies and Ray Rays and Deshaun's and Pistol Pete's and, Probation Pete. All these violent felons. Instead of encouraging them and shunning them, we embrace them. That's sad. That is sad. Just to embrace the violence and keep the cycle going. And unfortunately, if, God forbid, this boy dies, the mother's going to probably lie and say that, oh, I did all I could. I was a struggling single. No, you didn't. You didn't. No. You didn't put the belt to his backside when he misbehaved. You didn't try to reel him in. You thought it was corny to do that. You didn't hang around people that actually were trying to care about your son, that would tell you the harsh truth about your parenting. You didn't do any of that. You didn't like the squares or the lames that's called in the street black culture. You know, according to street black culture, if you tell the truth, you're a lame or a sellout. You're kissing the white man's backside. But you basically are kissing the white man's backside as you're, helping to print license plates in prison. Okay? Slaving in the prison complex, making pennies, just making pennies. That's what you're doing. And for some reason, there's no shame in that. In the black community, failure is celebrated. Lack and failure is celebrated. That's what's not told. And then when it is exposed, you're demonized. That's why I really do believe in Chris Rock's joke when he said there is a civil war between blacks and ninjas. I truly believe it. The decent blacks who understand the criminal element of the street life is gonna bring blacks down, versus the blacks who embrace the street color and think the white man's responsible for everything, even if it's actions that they commit themselves. And it's a sad thing, the black community is never really going to change. That's why some move out into the suburbs to get away from the madness. Anywhere but to get away from this madness. But to get away from this madness is worth it. And the music industry is not going to really sit him down and try to talk to him and tell him, you got to stop this or we're going to cut your funding. Because he's making too much money off this degenerate behavior. And I think the music industry kind of enables these artists, these young artists, to do what they want to do. Because it creates sales. And if they go to jail for life, they'll just get another one. So you kind of could see the slavery and the white supremacy in that too. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think about this situation? Is it NBA YoungBoy's fault that he's in this situation? Or is it somebody else's fault? Or is it the single mothers who don't want to listen to correction and reason and refuse to raise their kids right? Is it their fault? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.